This is my overlocker, Bernina 700D, and this is my sewing machine, Bernina 1008. I am going to show you how I clean these today. So to clean, I use a brush like that, and I just brush all this dust away. Sometimes you will like open it up. I will send it for, I can kind of like get my friend to blow it out with his compressor, and that works also. But I'm always afraid that all the dust will go and sit on this side in there. So I prefer to just do it like this, and then once a month take it to be blown out. And then I service my machine after big, if I have like 5 or 6 big jobs in a row. There we go, that's better. Still a bit, but it's okay. What I like about this one, you can open it on this side, and then I can get in here to also clean it properly. And you'll be amazed at how many places the overlocker dust can get into. Now I made a mess there. I mean, you can blow, but don't blow too often, because if you use your breath, it's actually moist and it might sit on places and cause problems. But I would do it like that. Just so I would blow drop down like this, because I don't want it, or the dust to go into the overlocker over there. And then also clean in the thing that opens up, because when you close, all of that will just go back, close back in, and then I will blow properly. That's looking better. We still have a bit of dust there, but let me just use this brush to try and get it out. That's better. And that thing also. Much better. And then, of course, if you clean the overlocker, then you need to clean your machine as well. So just move that out. My machine is easy. This plate lifts up. There we go. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Whoa. That's a lot of dust. Right there. And even in there. So take out my bobbin. With my bobbin case holder. And open that up. You take that out and let's go for it. So for this one, I like this brush better, and then I just brush it out to start with. Ooh, my finger's in the way, sorry. Sometimes your machine will start sounding like it's really struggling, and then it helps if you clean it out here. Also like as it can go in those places and in there. And then I also like to clean it in here. Do you see there? There is still quite a lot of dust. So for that, I will just go in and get out as much as I can. Don't force anything. Don't just brush. You can even use a toothbrush, or even an earbud works quite well. But just make sure you don't push the dust and the fluff into the machine. Try and get it out as much as possible. Then I'm also going to just dust that little thing, but I will use this brush to clean that. Next up is oiling. It's quite a controversial subject. Some people say you need to oil all the time. Some say now and again. I like to listen to my machine. So the one place I will oil is just a little drop in there. Because when the machine starts moving, it will lubricate everywhere. And then, you see that little rod down there? There where my pinhead is. That is also a spot to put some oil. And that's basically the main things. The other places, leave it to your person who services your machines to oil them. So I've put a drop down there, and now I'm going to put a drop in there on that little rod there. And the power is still off, so I'm just going to wiggle it up and down. Let's take the cotton out, because it always gets stuck. And when I move it, you can see that rod moving horizontally, and that spreads the oil all over. And now this machine is good to go for the next lot of sewing that I'm going to be doing as soon as we have power. I also have the brush that came with the machine, and that's also very effective. So you don't, oh, there's another piece of dust that just came out. So you don't have to have fancy brushes and stuff. Just make sure you take out the dust out of your machine when you have time. Or when it starts complaining, you will hear it gets squeaky. Perfect. This one goes back in there. You have to make sure your needle is at the top. You see if your needle is at the top, if that thing is there. Then this fits like that. And then this one clips back in. There we go. And this slides in like that. All back together, and I can sew as soon as we have power. The next step of your sewing machine is to make sure that the connection to your foot is clean. So if you look in there, I sometimes get just build up on those little thingies. So I'm going to clean them now. Today I will just brush it out, but there has been times when I had to take an earbud with a little bit of rubbing alcohol and just wipe it down. Okay, I'm happy with that, so that goes back in. And then to the foot. And I think it's time to clean this foot. So I took this out now, and I'm just going to wipe this down. I will not open it. I leave that to the professional, because in especially these feet, there's a little magnet that looks like a pin, that big. And if you are not careful and you drop this foot, then that magnet breaks, and then it costs you a fortune to fix it. So I'm just going to do a superficial clean of the foot. When I packed up my sewing machine to travel, I had to stick it down, and now I'm trying to get the stickiness off with just soap. I'm happy with that. So the next step is then to put your connector back in on the side, like that. Now remember, if that is not connected properly, and if that is not connected properly, then your machine will not work. I've had times when my foot was not connected over there, and then I would be thinking my machine is broken, but actually it was just a connection. Something else that I know is general knowledge, but I forget sometimes. Make sure your plug is on. Sometimes my plug is plugged in, but it's not on at the wall. And so then you have your sewing machine foot. I just move it and put your foot down on the pedal. So then, if you want to sew, I just want to move it. I usually move it with my foot. You put your foot down on the pedal. If you want to go fast, you go down all the way. Like that. If you want to control the speed of your sewing machine, you can actually do it with your foot like that. And this is how you operate your sewing machine with the foot. That's for slow.